Hey guys, this is Eric with Rock City Fitness. I wanted to share with you a creative way that you could do some in-home body weight training, kind of inspired by things such as the TRX. So what it is you can see behind, maybe you can kind of tell, maybe kind of hard to. It's a couple sheets anchored inside of a door, like between the door and the door frame. So what I did is I tied a knot at the end of the sheets, closed the door on the sheets, and just made sure that it was secure. Like I tested it, pulled on it a little bit. You don't want it to slip out. You don't want you want to make sure the door's shut tight. You don't want it to fly open. But this is working good because I'm actually the tension of my body weight pulling on the sheets is actually like pulling the door shut. So you want to make sure that you're doing it like that. You don't want to do it the opposite way where like pulling on the sheets can make the door fly open. But anyway, I want to just go through some different exercises that you can do really with these sheets, just like you would be able to do with any sort of suspension, body weight suspension training system. One thing I want to note though, there's not handles, so it's going to be a little bit more intense from a grip standpoint. So the angles that you use to determine how hard the exercise is might be a little bit less. And just know that your hands and your forearms will probably get a little more burned out. As a bonus though, if you're doing some training for, let's say like a Spartan race or an obstacle course race, then it's a really good way to work on grip strength. So why don't you check out these few exercises that you can do with really simple stuff at home. The first exercise I like to show is a body weight row. Obviously body weight, where everything's body weight. Just grab the sheets, and you can just grab them like this, or you can kind of, if you want to make it a little more streamlined, you can twist it. That does not matter, it's just based on preference. So make sure you have a good grip on the sheets and make sure, okay, like that, make sure it's secure. Okay, so that's good. Grab them, walk forward a little bit, pick your angle, and you're just going to pull yourself up. So this is a body row. So you're using your back, your biceps, your forearms. Easy peasy. Okay, the next thing I want to show you is it's based on the same body position as the row. So a few things you can do out of this position. But I want to show you an assisted squat. I say assisted because you are actually offsetting a little bit of your body weight by holding these handles with your arms. But it is still a good way to do a squat. So you're going to sit down and back, and then come back up. Now what I can do is a combination squat to row. So that's a good variation. So squat, come up, row. So you might find your angle for the row is maybe not challenging enough, so you're gonna walk forward a little bit more, squat, come up and row. But I can tell you what, no matter what, by holding these handles, or not the handle, but by holding the sheets without a handle, your forearms really burn out. So just keep that in mind. You might not be able to do as much of an angle for the rows or the squats as you normally would, or you're going to be doing less reps. All right, so let's go over a couple more things from this body position. All right, so I can do a single leg squat, so not as much of an angle probably, because it's more challenging in its own right, just a single leg squat versus a bilateral squat. So single leg squat, I'm going to switch my grip. Okay, so here I am in, instead of holding the sheet like this, holding it like this. So what this is it's basically a hammer curl. So you're gonna try to fix your shoulders, like not row it, not let your elbows drop. So keep your upper arm in the same position. and then just bend your elbows. So this is tougher. This is not as much of an angle as you would do for the row. Okay, when I'm rowing, I'm using my back. Okay, this one, no movement at your shoulder or minimal movement at your shoulder. Just bend your elbows. My forearms are really burning. Okay, so using that same grip as the hammer curl. So this is a good shoulder exercise, mainly for your upper back, the back of your shoulders, rear deltoids, upper back. Again, not much of an angle. This is pretty challenging, but you're gonna raise your arms like this. So if I go all the way up, I'm in a balanced position, which there's like no tension unless I deliberately pull back. My body weight's not challenging my arm anymore. So it's kind of a fine line. You want to pick a good angle where you still have some tension here, but it's not too hard to get started at the bottom. Like if I'm way out, it's a lot harder to get it going. So pick that correct angle so it's kind of hard all the way through the range of motion. You can do different angles too. I can determine different angles for my shoulder. Okay, so let's face the other way. We were mainly doing back biceps, leg exercises. So if I face out, this is a really good way to train triceps. So think about a skull crusher with a barbell or dumbbells, but this is how to do it with your body weight. So just like this. So upper arm is in the same spot. Don't drop your elbow. Keep your elbows in the same spot. Just bend your elbows. And then press out. Again, different angles. Easier. A little more challenging. Okay, so from this position I can do also like a push-up or a fly. I'm honestly not crazy about that with this setup to do push-ups or flies, but just for the sake of showing you some different things you can do. So here's more of like a push-up. It's not bad, it's just a little more awkward, a little bit harder to kind of get the right feel for how to do the exercise. One thing I want to say, so these sheets are at a different length, which really doesn't matter because what matters is where my hands are anchored. But you want to make sure that you're kind of balanced, okay? So the tension in the sheets, where my hands are, you want to be balanced. So, this isn't going to work like this. Gotta get myself in the same position. So again, I can do push-ups. Another thing I can do is a fly. A fly is a lot harder than a push-up. You're getting your arm out there, it's a longer lever, a lot more stress on your shoulders, so be careful with this one. I would suggest starting up standing a lot straighter to begin, just to get used to it. But this would be how you would do the fly. Again, you're not going to be nearly as strong in that position. So if you step back and really lean out, start going down, you're going to maybe get stuck, okay? And just be careful on your shoulder. It's just, if you have weakness or shoulder issues, I would not really suggest doing this exercise. You maybe just do it to work on like some flexibility or range of motion, but it's just something to be careful of. So there's a few things that you can do. There's probably a lot more stuff, but that's just some stuff I thought of this morning to show you. So some pulling exercises, some squatting exercises, some pressing exercises, So combined with other like floor core exercises or body weight, you know, other movements that you can do. It can be something really simple but effective to add to your home workout.